Hi, welcome back to a session with your own friend, Eduator. Yes, thank you for stopping by. So, quickly today we'll be talking about exactly what you see or what you are seeing on the screen, and that is inequality. Inequality. What are inequalities? These are symbols or signs used for combining elements in arithmetic operations instead of equality sign. So what that implies is this. Instead of you having the normal equality sign, you have your x equals to 2. We are all familiar with this. So instead of that, you are having something like this: x is greater than 2. Yes. You have something like this, or you have y is less than 3, or you have z is less or equal to 4. You can have w is greater or equal to 5. These are different. We can have k not greater than 1. So let me talk about the symbols one by one. The symbols that represent the inequality symbols. What are they? If you have for the first one, you have something like this. It says examples include, you have this. This means what? This of course means, it means greater than. This means greater than. It's just like an elbow, the angle of your elbow, the right hand elbow. So you have this, you have this other way around. You need to clean this. So you have this. Sorry. You have this. This is less than. So this is less than. If you have this means greater than, greater than, greater than, or equal to. So it's greater than or equal to. And if you average it all the way around this way, you are having less than or equal to. I want to believe you are getting everything I've said. I've mentioned greater than. I've made mention of less than. I've equally made mention of greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. We have others. Like if you have things like these, can have something of this nature. You should not be greater than, it won't be less than, and it won't be greater or equal to, it should not be less or equal to. If you have this way and it's crossed, this simply means, this simply means not greater than, not greater than, not greater than whatever you are dealing with. If you have this crossed, this means what? It means not less than. Are you getting this? Now let's talk about the properties. The properties of inequalities. There are two basic properties. And what are the properties? If you have, if you have, if you have any value, if you have any value Like you are having something of a plus b is greater than p. Or let me use a plus k. A plus k, let me put this in brackets, is greater than p. What this implies in inequality, or you can rewrite this in another form in inequality, and what that basically means is that if a plus k is greater than p, that implies that p is less than a plus k. Are you getting this? So that's what it implies. If you don't have it the other way around, let's say you have a sign. That's this property one. This property one. Property one. Let's talk about property two. Property two. The property two will say we have this property two. You have a minus sign here, a negative sign here, and yes, you are having another negative sign. Let me clean this. If you have minus open bracket a plus k, let's say it is greater than, let me close this, let me open that, then we have this should be greater than p, then you close bracket. Everything is enclosed in a bracket. What does this mean? This means you have minus a minus k will now be what? It will not, because the minus will affect this minus p. You cannot have minus a minus k is greater than minus p. No. Once the sign changes at the right hand side, the inequality sign will change. And what does that change this to? Be less than minus p. Am I communicating at all? So this is what exactly you're going to be having. You have minus a minus k be less than minus p. That is this in the same vein. If you have something like this, your x plus 2 is less than 0. So if you're having this, what do you do here? You divide both sides. And let me say, if you have this, you subtract 2 from both sides, and it means x will be less than minus 2. This one, the symbol will not change because it's just addition and subtraction of signs. But once you are having, for example, you have something like this, you have minus 2x is greater than is greater than 4. I have to get x. That means you divide both sides by minus 2, then x will be what? Let me divide it. Minus 2 greater than 4 divided by minus 2. Here things will change. Things will change here. And what will happen? That's the next question you ask yourself. What happens here? What happens is that this place, you're going to be having this, dividing both sides by minus 2, automatically it will affect what happens at the right hand side here. So what happens, you're going to be having what? This, your x, will be less than minus 2. Anytime you divide or you open up a bracket by multiplying 2 with a negative sign, the inequality sign will be affected. Have I made that clear? Thank you for joining me on this. I will do, okay, let me have an example to clear this up. Yes, let me have an example. You have this. You have, so that in the next video we talk about drawing of inequality, representation of inequality symbols on a number line. So we have this question. We have 5x. Okay, we have 5x. Oh, let me use 3x plus 6 is greater or equal to 18. 3x 3x plus 6 is greater or equal to 18. Now we want to write this getting the range of values of x, because there's an inequality sign there. You have range of values that will fit in into that equation and into that inequality equation. It's an equation, of course, but just that you don't have um equation symbol there. It's the greater than or equal to is standing in. So okay, let me call it an equation because there's not equality symbol, but there's is an inequality. So note that, please. So here we have this the 3x. You collect like terms. By collection of like terms, you have plus 6 minus 6 be greater or equal to 18 minus 6. So what do we have? We have 3x will be greater or equal to 12. This and this are gone. So dividing through by 3, you are going to be having x will be greater or equal to 4. So what are the range of values of x? The range of values of x will be 4. Is the x is greater or equal, which implies it can be equal to 4 or more than 4. So we have 4, 5, 6, and on and on. So thank you for joining me. In subsequent video, we'll treat more examples. Then we'll go to representation of inequalities on number lines. Thank you for joining me. Have a good time.